I think a lot of what we've been doing over the last few years has really been innovation. We haven't really called it innovation, but it has been. We've done a lot in terms of helping to guide the agencies through their investments in technology. 2 or 3 years ago, we started investment governance, and that's really helping the agencies, when they have a good idea, to help shepherd them through to a good procurement and ultimately to a good outcome. So we've done that in a number of different places. I would actually say one of the best things that's been working in state government, it's really been that folks need to try harder. So that may seem kind of funny as an answer, but folks in state government try harder because they have limited resources. They often are more challenged in terms of being able to buy the right people or get the right kind of skills and staff. So they have to be more creative. And so they're willing to try harder in order to get a better outcome, because everybody's really there because they want to do the best thing for the citizens. When I first came to state government, it was actually working on a PeopleSoft upgrade. That was, it was my introduction into government, and so it was, I guess, one of the places where I learned the most about how things really work. It was one of those where you had to be much more attuned to the political environment, look for what I call the landmines, and so it wasn't just the basics that I've kind of practiced for a number of years in terms of just doing a good technology implementation. You had to actually work more closely with the people, with the environment, and with the sort of the forces at work in order to make a successful outcome. So I guess that was my most fun one, because it was one of my most challenging ones, as I had to learn the new environment. Yeah, that's a great question, because what I've really enjoyed watching is how the agencies within state government have started to work together. When I first showed up and saw state government at work, it was definitely very siloed. No one wanted to work together, and they very actively resisted working together. I think over the last 10 years, what I've seen is much more of a desire to work in a collaborative way, share ideas, borrow from each other, and actually work on the same things together to get a successful outcome. We're cranking up an innovation process right now. So we've been at it in sort of a pilot demo test mode, if you will, just trying out some of the processes and doing some test innovation investments. So that's our main focus. We're integrating it with our strategic planning process, which is an annual process that has what I call this push-pull, yin and yang with the agencies. And what we're about to introduce is this new approach that will allow the agencies to determine good ideas that we can invest in, almost in either what you'd call a venture capitalist or kind of a hybrid of that, where they get to choose what we put a little bit of money in order to generate a good idea and test the concepts and see if it's got good legs on it and can be sustainable. So that's what our real focus is over this next year.